It's running time! Let's go!
Minecraft X Sonic. It's real. Guys, what's up clickers? I'm Click Greatness, and today I'll be telling you everything you need to know about Sonic running into Minecraft, both in the event in the biggest Minecraft server on Bedrock Edition, the Hive, and the paid DLC on the marketplace. Let's start off with the Hive event. By the way guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next if you want to support my content. If you don't, that's fine, just watch the whole vid. Let's go with the Hive event now. If you guys have been following the Hive these past few months, they haven't released too many updates, but now we know why. They've been working on this huge collab with Sonic, and then Minecraft announced the paid DLC, and within that they said the event's coming to the Hive. And here's the event. The Hive released the trailer 2 days ago, already 100,000 views. Let's talk about everything in this event. So from July 12th to July 26th, this event will be taking place. So first off, the hub has been completely revamped into a Green Hill Zone inspired hub, from Sonic of course. And within that hub, there are 2 new NPCs as minigames. One is a Sonic minigame that I'll talk about later, but another one is the Coming Soon portal. Now the Coming Soon portal is most likely, like 95% sure, that's their coming up game, Mixed Arcade, which will basically be an arcade shuffle of minigames. But the Sonic minigame itself is already an arcade shuffle, so I think this is like a tester for the future Mixed Arcade permanent game mode. We don't know when it's coming, I presume August. Also, the Hive LTM block drop is removed and won't be coming back, and since the Sonic event is official, all sound effects and stuff and music are from Sonic directly itself. Now, rings, like gold rings, are scattered all across the hub. Now, if you actually explore the hub, there's different levels which you can enter, and within those levels, there's like Sonic courses which you have to parkour through and gather rings, and if you beat those levels, you get a bunch of rings, and there's like so many different levels, it takes like hours to explore, and with those rings, you can buy exclusive items at the shop, including Sonic skins and other Sonic themed items. These are purely cosmetic and do not affect the gameplay in games, of course. Next up, the main event, big ol' Sonic in the Hive. Now, there's a new game. If you click on the NPC, you will be taken to a brand new lobby, and essentially this game mode, if you guys have heard of it, this is essentially the lab from the Hive. The lab used to be a really popular Hive game like 6 years ago, and now it's completely revamped and Sonic themed. Because it's Sonic themed, there's a bunch of custom 3D models and animations and stuff, and because of that, if you're on mobile, you will suffer quite a bit of lag. I will say, this entire event is mostly best catered towards PC keyboard and mouse players, because a lot of the games and stuff in it are only like very easy to play on keyboard and mouse and aren't really optimized for mobile and controller players, so which is sad, but we'll have to deal with it. It's pretty cool. So essentially, the Sonic NPC, out of a pool of 6 possible minigames, they picked 3 minigames, and in those 3 minigames, you have to battle against other players to complete the minigame and whatever, and between first 12, because there's 12 people in your game, each, like, first gets, like, 5 points, and then second gets, like, 4 points and stuff, and it keeps going down and down and down, and essentially, whoever has the most points at the end wins the entire game. So the first minigame I'm going to be talking about is called Ring Royale. So essentially, there's rings all around a map you spawn in, and there's a time limit. Whoever collects the most rings within the time limit wins. And now, the thing with this one is that you have guns, so you have to shoot other people, and whenever you shoot other people, your gun has to recharge again, but when you shoot people, half of their rings spew out all around them, so you get a chance to collect their rings. So essentially, you try and collect as many rings as possible while shooting other people and getting their rings too. Minigame number 2 is called Go Fast. So essentially, this is like Death Run, but instead of there being deaths, there's just a bunch of obstacles. So this is essentially Wipeout. So you're running through the Sonic level chemical plant zone, trying to make it to the end before other people, and depending on your placement at the end, you get points. Now the thing with this is all the enemies are Sonic themed, and there's so many obstacles and stuff, and there's like 30 different branching paths. I mean, that's an exaggeration, but there's so many different paths you can take, and there's checkpoints, so whenever you die, you get reset back to the previous checkpoint, and all the things are Sonic themed and stuff, so it's really cool who can get there first. This is so much rage because it's so easy to die. The third minigame I'm going to talk about is Badnik Range. So essentially, you're stood still, flying, and then you have a bow, and you have to shoot all the Sonic themed enemies. Some enemies are worth more than other enemies, and everyone's beside you, so you have to shoot them quick while also hitting them, because if you take too long, someone's gonna get that enemy before you, and if you don't take your time, you're gonna miss the enemy completely. There's also gold enemies that'll give you even more points, and each enemy gives you a different amount of points. There's a time limit. Whoever has the most points at the time ends gets points, and then second, gets less points, and so forth. Next up, red light, green light is another mini game. So essentially it's just an obstacle course. You try and make it to the end first, and then second place gets less points, so on and so forth. Now, the trick with this one is that there's lights everywhere, and if the lights are green, you can just keep on running and jumping and do those obstacle course fine. But if the light is red and you're still moving, then you'll be caught for a traffic violation and be sent back to the previous checkpoint. It's actually really rage-inducing, so you gotta pay attention to both the parkour and the lights at the same time. For me, I suck at it because I got controller drift and stuff, so it's like near impossible, but still, it's a pretty fun game. Next up, Chow Rescue. So if you guys didn't know, chows are like little cute creatures in Sonic. So essentially in this minigame, you spawn in an island, and in this island there's a bunch of parkour and stuff, and you have to make it to chows. So once you get to the chows, you can hold 2 at a time, and you have to make it back to the spawn where you can drop them off safely. If you die while holding a chow, you'll be reset back to spawn without the chow. And if you die without a chow, same thing, you'll be reset back to spawn. There's a time limit. Whoever can get the most chows in at the end wins, and then second, less points, so on and so forth. The last minigame is called Ring Dash. So here there's big, huge, giant golden rings, and by crouching, you charge up a dash, and with that dash, you use it to jump through the rings. If you overcharge your dash, you can miss the ring, and if you undercharge it, you might not even get to the ring. And the thing here, you have to go through as many rings as possible. Whoever gets the most rings at the end when the time runs out wins, of course. Now, the problem is these rings are randomly generated and they can spawn anywhere. And the problem I have here is that it's actually a strat to jump into the abyss to be resent to the top of the platform because the rings might be up there. So I think if you shoot the ring and fall into the abyss, it should be a penalty where you lose a ring, but that's my personal opinion. Somewhat cool game mode, but it's a lot more optimized for keyboard and mouse players than controller and mobile. So once you're done playing 3 of those games, your total points will be added up, and whoever gets the most points, of course, wins and gets first place and stuff. The thing with this is that there's a lot of replay value because these are like short mini games. As I said before, it's like the lab that used to be a game on the Hive, but better. So out of the pool of 6 mini games, these are some pretty cool games. I highly recommend checking out this game mode if you have not already. And now one thing I don't know about this event is that apparently on the weekends, something will come out of this thing I'm posting on the screen right here. I believe it's related to Dr. Robotnik, which is the main villain in Sonic, of course. And I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll update you guys on the weekend if it's really big and stuff. But this update, absolutely massive, hours upon hours of content. Highly recommend you to check it out if you have not already. It's really cool to see this, as it's only been like 5 or 6 years ago when Hive was making Sonic themed levels in Death Run, and now they're doing an official collab with Sonic. Like, geez, they've come so far. And that's enough about the Hive. Let's talk about the paid DLC really quick. So for $8 USD, you can buy this Sonic themed DLC on the marketplace. This is not a mashup pack. This is a literal campaign. So it'll be in your world selection if you buy it. And once you download it and go into the world, it'll like literally be a Sonic campaign in Minecraft. So you spawn as Sonic. You could also be other characters such as Tails and Knuckles for free, and if you collect enough rings, you can be Shadow and Amy. Each of these guys have a different moveset. Sonic's the fastest and stuff, Shadow's the hardest to control, Tails can fly, Knuckles has a punch and all that. So there's 3 iconic Sonic levels as Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant Zone, and Sky Sanctuary. Now, while there is only 3 levels, you will be replaying these levels a lot to try and get the best times possible and get as many rings as possible. So essentially, you hop into the level. There's so many 3D animated things with Sonic enemies and stuff that you have to defeat. So essentially, you have to get to the end of the level as quick as possible while collecting as many rings as possible. There's also secret hidden areas in these levels where you can complete secret things to gain Chaos Emeralds, collect all the Chaos Emeralds, and you unlock Super Sonic, which is Golden Sonic, Invincible, really cool to play as. There's also things such as Eggman mode, which essentially makes the levels harder. So there's a lot of replay value here, and in these levels you have 3 lives, die, you have to restart, and then as many rings as you collect, you can buy more lives and more characters and stuff when you get back and complete the level. So essentially at the hub too, there's so many cool things such as chows, Easter eggs, references to all the Sonic games in the past, and there's so much stuff you can do. It does cause quite a bit of lag, so if you're on an underpowered device, I would not recommend this DLC. So starting off, there's only Green Hill Zone, so you have to beat Green Hill Zone in a certain amount of time to unlock Chemical Plant Zone, and then do the same thing to unlock Sky Sanctuary. Collect rings to buy stuff. If you get hit by an enemy, you lose half your rings. You get the idea. It's a pretty cool DLC, but I'm gonna be honest, I think it's a lot better to play the Hives like event and stuff rather than buy this DLC and play it. And this DLC can be both single player and multiplayer, whichever one you wish. This DLC also comes with a bunch of skins from the Sonic universe. However, these skins can only be used on normal worlds because 3D models and stuff like spiky hair and all that, they're not supported on normal Minecraft servers, so you can only use these skins in your worlds. But that's okay. And all of this is because of Sonic's 30th anniversary, so happy birthday, Sonic. You're not as relevant as you were back in the day, but at least you're not irrelevant like me. Speaking of me, if you guys want me to become unirrelevant, don't forget to like, subscribe, and slam that bell. Tell me down below what you want to see next, but this Click Greatness, clicking off.